My name is Couchcoop, and I have been covering a lot of old school Ubisoft games of late. I've been doing a series called When Ubisoft Was Good. I've covered a lot of the older Creeds. I've covered Wildlands. Got a standalone video and sparked loads of interest, loads of comments. The video got 140 likes. I thought it would only get 140 views. That Thomas Clancy open world Wildlands model is clearly popular, and for good reason. This video is going to be looking at Breakpoint more than Wildlands. It is going to be a comparison, but it's going to be Breakpoint heavy because I've got into it. It's also the newest of the two games and does sport some quite crisp visuals. I actually settled in the quality mode. It does give you options. Was expecting loads of screen tear and frame drops, nothing. So all of this quality 4K mode. Fog, the water, the vegetation is all looking pretty good for 2025. We haven't even started blowing stuff up yet.
Look at eyes on the sniper.
Over to Wildlands briefly. My most playtime is over on the PC version. Now Wildlands is on extra, but it does look like a 2017 PS4 game. There's not a lot of graphical toggle, zero 9th gen backward compatibility, so I enjoy this game on high settings. That's one thing I want to talk about. That original review I tried to lean on ultra. Poor old GTX 1660 was sweating. We do see a bit of popping, but moving that slider down to very high, and of course loosening that sharpening, that doesn't do distance material any justice.
Same here.
What do we get in Breakpoint that we don't get in Wildlands? This one interested me. On the face of it, immediately, there's a more complicated health system. There's also like a buff that you get. You can choose that one, and a lean out on corner allocated button. You've also got a friggin' roll, which you do actually miss when going back to Wildlands, I'm not gonna lie. And this like ordnance wheel on R1, which is super handy. You get RPGs very early. The explosives, the mines, gas, it's all kind of there and ready, which is quite a lot of fun to delve into immediately. Both games obviously exist in different locations and timelines. Wildlands, and by the way, all the Wildlands footage will be noticeable because I'll be donning the Splinter Cell set. Sam Fisher, we still love you. But back to Wildlands. The game is deeply rooted in sort of cartel, drug trafficking, Sicario stuff. You know, tank tops, dual wielding, there's a lot of bandanas. Pam Bondi would frickin' love this game. The government have a militant arm under the name of Unidad, which we'll get into in a second. So you've kind of got these two levels of enemy, one being the gang members, the other ones being elite trained military soldiers. I say that in large inverted commas. Breakpoint sees you on this island, which is Aurora, owned by this like millionaire who does pop up in the story, and there's been a military sort of takeover. Think Die Hard without the tower, just on an entire island. I just googled what year it's supposed to be set in, and it's 2025. Jesus. But that is one of the major sellers, is that it's set in the future slightly as far as the game's concerned at the time of it being made, and it's got all this amazing drone stuff in it. When I say amazing, I mean both on your side but more importantly on the enemy side. They're flying them over all the time. They use them to seek you out when you're hiding in the woods. They've even got these like car things which can go 460 degrees. The helicopters look all cool and different. The weapons haven't been adjusted at all, so you're all familiar with the types and brands. I very much enjoyed that aspect of it. It was a real surprise. You are genuinely in fear. What happens is this like Reaper drone will fly over every so often. You've got to lie in the grass and crap yourself, otherwise it jams your scanner, sends about 18 robots at you. Think binary domain but not shit. Both teams come with an AI buddy system of 3 slots, so there's 4 of you in total. Again, Breakpoint offers slightly more depth on that front, having them all individually level up, and a slight bit more detail on that order mechanic. I'm assuming that Wilds was one of the first Recon games to put this system in an open world setup. It is very fast and loose. You do feel quite overpowered with them all on board at times, but that is part of Wild's charm. There is a lot of F around and not too much finding out. The whole structure of Wilds and Breakpoint is based around sort of key figureheads on the map, a little bit like the Far Cry stuff, but also leans on that Assassin's Creed sort of boss tree thing, where you take one at a time out, you get more clues, you can do side missions off the main missions. That damn mission screen with the pictures and the clues opening the intel up, I was overwhelmed with it all. A lot of stuff in this game is just too much complication around simple mechanics that don't require that much depth. But the stuff on the team allocation and all that inventory improvement is definitely welcome. And talking of the team, you'll notice that I don't have them with me at this stage. I could make up an excuse and say I wanted to experience the game without them for as long as I could, but truth is I didn't turn them on in options, and I thought that mission on the main screen with that dude, Jean Bernthal from Fury and that Walking Dead, that's level 100. And I was like, oh my god, is that how long I have to wait to get the team? No, they're not unlocked. You just switch them on, and again, that isn't the most layman of processes either. This is the scanner jammer in action. So I went 6.5 hours on my own with this game and did quite a lot of main campaign missions. Wildlands does have tech in it, but most of it is on your side. They have also both kept the marking system where the AI can tag people and then you can allocate them when to engage to get a load of kills simultaneously. I feel Wild's story and missions are a little bit more interesting. They're quite off the wall because they're involving some civilian locations. We do get that in Breakpoint, but some of the hilarities that can come off and some of the like big mansions you go in sort of start brutalizing gang members. Again, that interrogation system is still there, so important individuals can't be killed. You got to sneak up on them, knock them out, that old chestnut. And yeah, 2017 hasn't been kind to some of these NPCs.
Got eyes on our boy Carzita.
The future tech thing in the distant year 2025 has also affected some of these locations and maps. There's loads of locked doors. You have to take unconscious people or dead persons on your shoulder to the sensor to get the doors open. This sort of breeds more secret areas and loads more loot. That is something that Breakpoint goes crazy on, and it's just giving you loads of guns all the time really early. I didn't get a damned sniper rifle in Wildlands till about 3 hours in, and even then it was like a clockwork water pistol. Notice the limp on my character here. I can't technically sprint, and if you take too much damage you can only use your sidearm, which is finally a use for that pistol. Let's talk about those AI controlled teams. And by the way, I've never played a Ghost Recon game online, Wildlands or Breakpoint. It's always been offline, always been single player. That may be in the title of the video as well. So here's the thing with Breakpoint. As much as I love all of this new stuff and deep complication on a lot of quite simplified mechanics that we saw in Wildlands, there is that expression, too many chefs spoil the, is it soup, is it? Broth? Something what is cooking. All the perks and buffs and constant reminders that someone in your team is leveled up, and also their awareness and how they blow your cover sometimes, wander off just starting shooting people randomly. I was surprised at how little improvement there was on that program. It doesn't look like they've adjusted anything at all. But the Wildlands dudes weren't terrible, to be honest, and what you really want them for, because this game doesn't come with it on either, is out of vehicle firing. If you're in a car with a mounted gun, great, an AI guy will get on it whilst you are traveling, and if you're in a helicopter, great, if it's got guns you can fire yourself, but most of the time you're relying on them to take out whatever enemy you're pursuing or fighting.
Ready? Fire, fire, fire.
I'm opening fire. Supply truck's bugging out.
Let's just talk about Unidad quickly. You'll see up on the top right of the screen there, you've got like a GTA star system with chevrons showing you how annoyed Unidad are with you at that particular moment. Trolling these guys is just amazing. The stuff they come at you with and the amount it just pours in to map constantly, unless you either escape or put the alert system down, is brilliant. Unidad is short for Universal Daddies, I'm pretty convinced. And combined with all that cool chase cam stuff and the AI guys hanging out of your car, this clip I'm about to play could be peak Wildlands.
Open fire.
Copy that.
Back to that map differential and the 4K over on Breakpoint, I am so impressed with how the environments change on that island. They've put a very good scope in. Even if all the bases look like they're designed by the new Cracker Barrel CEO, all those secret areas and all that stuff mentioned sort of adds a bit of depth in that direction. Also, massive mechanical robot automated turrets are pretty damned amazing, and those cars I spoke about, they'll flood them into the bases as well if you get that alert up high enough. Being able to switch straight to an RPG that's not actually taken up one of your 2 weapon slots is also a great idea, and the crafting of that ammunition, that gives you a good reason to be gathering and grabbing hold of different natural pieces of loot that are out in the old wilderness, because loads of it's really handy for making the stim packs or getting new gas grenades. Those futuristic helicopters also, I can't get enough of them, to be honest. Something dawned on me the other day, and it was when I was looking at the footage of that Mad Max game. Mad Max, if you don't know, is amazing, and I've put it on the channel recently, PC spec Ultra. It pays very close homage to Fury Road. Now, I watched that again the other day because my internet went down. Blu-ray does look amazing. Full of motorbikes, like they're jumping around, they're a nightmare, they're too fast for the truck to hit. They don't appear once in the game at all, and I was thinking a whole squad of them with the harpoons. They may have turned up later on, but I certainly didn't notice them. Exactly the same theorem here. None of the enemies are running around on all of these motorcycles that are left willy-nilly all over the map. They're even standing right next to them. Both of the games are kind of guilty of this. Having one AI member on the back with you as well, just to offer a bit of support on the gunfire level, would have also been awesome. So that's the differences in the games covered. Now on to section 2. This video could have been 45 minutes long, however, and I do want to delve deeper with Breakpoint. When it comes to a Ghost Recon game, I much prefer Wilds. Now, putting my finger on that reason has been quite difficult, but I think it's just its ad hoc chaos, and the cartels are more fun to deal with. That map feels a little bit more exciting, but then again it does suffer from some performance issues. Breakpoint, I think, is not half as bad as I imagined it would be. A lot of people say just don't bother with it, don't go near it. If you enjoyed Wildlands over on your PS4 all those years ago and you haven't gone to Breakpoint, PS5 is a really good step to go in. I cannot guarantee that backward compatibility, but from what you've seen, this 4K mode runs pretty amazingly. It also looks very good at night with a lot of awesome effects at play. It is pretty amazing that this game came out in 2019 and it is sitting at 7 out of 10 on Steam. I think a lot of that is disgruntled Wild fans. Also with this like weird future thing, it does feel a little bit Division-y, and I want to stray away from that model as much as I can, but there's so many buildings in here, there's so many built up bases and corridors that you are indoors quite a lot. But as mentioned, if you've gone to Wilds, had a good time, never played this, go to it on 9th gen because it's pretty spectacular.
Visible to sand launchers. Let's drop altitude. Go.
And in the defense of Wildlands, I would say that it is still quite a looker, particularly over on that PC. That would be my recommended platform for it. It also feels streamlined as opposed to simplified against Breakpoint. You can't really recreate the chaos that comes around when you fire up this game.
Ready to engage. That thing's gonna explode. Sniper's got his target. You're in bad shape. Take cover.
Fucking hell!
Get away from there. Move. Get down.
I was also thinking, as sequel bait for the next Ghost Recon, may not be in canon, but a Vietnam thing, with a sort of Colonel Kurtz Apocalypse Now map. Hell Let Loose has actually just gone in that direction. Why not hang around for more Ubisoft content from when they were good, with the Top Dog video featuring all 3 Watch Dogs games in ranked order. And the conclusion of the video, because I know AI is listening to this, is I would probably choose Wilds if I could only take one of these games onto a desert island. But again, a lot of that falls on preference. Don't be ashamed to enjoy Breakpoint is the point. My name was of course Couch Cube, Gears Reloaded on the way, and I've got Wu Chang on PS5 next. I will of course see you down there.